So I was really surprised as I started to watch the election coverage that week and the night of the election, how shocked people were at how much the culture had changed. And to me, it was actually, if you study culture and you study cultural texts, you see the stories that are coming out of Hollywood and coming out of other studios, you can start to see that there's been a shift in culture. You know, Leland, when we were kids, our parents, when they wanted to pass down to us what they thought we should know about what is true, good, and beautiful, how we should live in the world, they didn't sit us down with like a PowerPoint file or an Excel spreadsheet and start talking data. They gave us stories. They gave us Aesop's fables. They maybe gave you Bible stories. They maybe even shared with you comic books and movies. I know in my house, it was like seeing Star Wars for the first time. That's how my parents and most of our parents wanted to transmit their values to us. And that's the best way to do it. In fact, that's the way all cultures and all civilizations have done it from the dawn of civilization. They have passed on what we could call guiding stories or myths. So what I do is I try to look at the trends in our guiding stories and start to see, are there changes in the way that we are telling stories? And I'm looking for evidence in the changes in values that we see embedded in those stories. And that takes a little bit of theological and philosophical acumen to start to dig through these stories and go, yeah, this isn't just entertainment. This is why people spend all this money on this stuff and they fill theaters, is because it's giving them some sense of, hey, maybe this is how I should live in the world in a particular way. Sure, it might not be directly correlated to you being Maverick and a fighter jet pilot, but there are things that Top Gun communicated, the original and the sequel communicated about, some traditional American values like meritocracy, that the individual has access to the truth and can stand up against not competent and sometimes even corrupt institutions above them and do what was right, even in the face of those institutions. So once you start seeing this stuff, I'm telling you, you don't need to actually look at the polls. I don't think you need to be a professional political analyst. As Bob Dylan's saying, it doesn't take a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. And so if you read cultural texts, you see movies, you see television, you start digging a little more deeply, you start to notice these changes. And I think we've seen some pretty substantial changes, some of which you've mentioned with in Top Gun and in other stories that we're seeing across our culture.
Okay, I could talk to you for the whole show. Unfortunately, we can't. But I could talk to you for the whole show about this because I think you were really on to something. You said a word that I thought was really important, and I wrote it down, which was traditional. That this was not, and Bill O'Reilly, who's coming up later, will tell us, this was not a tradition, this was not a left versus right, red versus blue election. It was a traditional versus progressive election. And in terms of themes that are coming back into people's minds, people were tired of apologizing for America. They love America. They are American exceptionalists. We were told for a long time, even by Barack Obama for 8 years, that that wasn't necessarily a good thing. America should lead from behind, on and on and on. Top Gun Maverick certainly came back. It scratched that itch, if you will. It filled that void of American exceptionalism. And then on Wednesday morning, when he accepted or gave his victory speech, Donald Trump had this to say about July 4th, 2 years from now. Take a listen.
3 years from now, the United States will celebrate the biggest and most important milestone in our country's history. 250 years of American independence. What a great country. And we have to keep it that way. But that's why, as a nation, we should be preparing for a most spectacular birthday party. We want to make it the best of all time.
Okay, Donald Trump's a great showman. He's a great TV guy because he understands culture. Is that what's happening? The pendulum of American exceptionalism swinging back?
I mean, that could be part of it. I do think a broader thrust is that most people, if you were my age, I was born in 1983. If you're my age or younger, your native tongue, that, your pop cultural native tongue that you were born into, was this tendency towards deconstructing stories, deconstructing tradition. It was the critique of values. And you kind of get to the point where once you've torn the entire house down to the studs, you start to realize, I have to live someplace and I have to pick a story. And so I think for many people, my generation and younger, what they started looking for was a story that they could actually live in that affirmed meaning, it affirmed truth, goodness, and beauty.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.